with every new technology, especially when we are starting a new revolution about technology, we don't know what's going to happen next. We are excited about it. I remember the same thing about social media. When people look at it now, they look at the dark side of social media, bullying, people using it for criminal activities. And the same thing happened with the internet. People excited about it, and then we seen what happened after that. Now we're talking about artificial intelligence. The difference between artificial intelligence and the other technologies is it's faster. The development of the technology is so fast. Now, because it's going so fast, and it's only started in November of 2022, that's when they announced the first ChatGPT. The issue of bias, misinformation, disinformation, it back to the fuel, which is when we talk about the three components of the AI, which is the data, the hardware of NVIDIA and AMD and the others, and the algorithm. This is the problem. I remember I was giving a training to this guy, the famous car company, Ferrari. I was giving them a training, in my school about artificial intelligence. And then just to bring the concept close to their mind, I told them, okay, Ferrari is an excellent car. I wish I have one. This is very expensive. It's great. But think about it this way. To understand artificial intelligence, think about data as the fuel. Think about the hardware, the NVIDIA, as the car. Think about algorithms as the driver. Now, if you have a good fuel, good data, if you have a very good car, and if you have an experienced driver, you'll go ahead of everybody. You win the Formula One all the time. If you have a problem in any one of them, now we got an issue. The hardware is a few companies doing it, and they have control in that, and it's easy to find out what's the problem. We go back to the data. There is a concept in artificial intelligence which is called hallucination. The concept of hallucination happened when artificial intelligence could not find an answer to your question. So part of the algorithm is just bring anything. Bring one from one side, one from the side, and give you the answer, which is a wrong answer. It's a fabricated answer. It's not real. And there are famous cases in the court where the attorney blindly used ChatGPT to write, their answers, and the ChatGPT used cases that never happened. And the judge asked the lawyer, I couldn't find this case you are referring to. And then he admitted, they say, I used ChatGPT, I didn't even check that. So, because they couldn't find anything to support the argument here. So yes, there will be hallucination. There will be misinformation. There will be bias, because from where are you going to get the data? You get the data from the web, and the web, who's using the web more? That's the information here. This is why you're going to find some races, some ethnic backgrounds, some countries, some societies not going to be represented in the data because they're not using the internet as other countries. There's not enough data to inform the AI that when you do this, this is what's going to happen. They're trying to solve that, and through two things, which is called transparency and safety. Transparency means you have to tell the customers what's the source of your information. So they understand that this is built on 300,000 books, and those books coming from so and so and so, or 2,000 videos, from YouTube or from Netflix, and based on this one, we have that answer. Here comes the third part of the equation here, which is the regulation. AI is not regulated yet. In Europe, they have regulation which is called AI Act, and it's still developing, but regulation, we don't have it. Regulation gonna force companies to be careful about the data they are using. We don't have this one yet, just to get to that level.